If you're one of the 800,000 federal employees going unpaid during the government shutdown, you're likely in a tough spot financially. Many people are now in survive mode, which can really mess with your credit score. Having high credit rates saves you money on things like mortgage rates, car loans, and health insurance premiums. But a low credit score could lead to a higher annual percentage rate or a lower credit limit, both of which will make your financial crisis even worse. Here to talk about ways to help your credit score survive the government shutdown, Cathy Hufstetler. She's Vice President of Lending with 121 Financial Union. Thank you so much for coming in on this Saturday morning. You know, this has kind of been the theme of my dialogues with experts this morning.
Yes.
The government shutdown, surviving it. What can people do? Where can people go? The good thing is there are things that people need to know about that can help them.
Yes.
First and foremost, common mistakes that people make during a financial emergency like a shutdown. What are they?
Well, really the first thing is not contacting your lender if you're not going to be able to make your payments. Call your
reach
lender.
out to them.
Yes, reach out to, that's the first thing you should do. Don't wait until you're late, because then it could already have affected your credit score. Because if you are late 30 days or more, it will be a ding on your credit report and it will affect your credit score.
And so if they reach out, they can be proactive in having a conversation on what to do, or if there's anything to alleviate that issue?
Yes, many lenders and credit card companies right now are working with people that are not getting a paycheck. They're either deferring payments, let them skip a payment, they're waiving fees, they're even doing 0% loans to help with living expenses.
I was reading an article this past week, and it was talking about how a lot of folks, not a lot of folks, some folks during emergencies like this often turn to credit cards, and they think that's the safest thing to do or the easiest thing to do. It might be easy, but it's not safe to use that credit card for everything.
Well, the problem with that is if your credit card is up to the limit, so say you have a $5,000 credit limit and you owe $5,000, that'll bring your score down. You need to owe like 50% down to 30% of your credit limit to keep your score at a good place.
That's interesting.
Yes, so the more you use your card, then it looks like that you are overextended. So that'll cause your credit score to come down, and it could cause you to get a less of a credit limit if you try to apply somewhere else. So it's best to just, if you need to use that credit card, I mean, I would say, I'm not going to say don't use your credit card, but just know that it could affect your credit score.
Speaking of credit score, let's also talk about that and medical bills. That's a big concern.
Yes.
Stress.
Yes, it is.
During an emergency like the shutdown.
Yeah, the medical, if you don't pay your medical bills, that's another place you can reach out to the hospitals. They'll work with you to make your payments. If it ends up as being a collection on your credit report, most lenders don't include that as a negative against you. And some places don't even include it on your in your credit score. It depends on the version of the score that's being used, but the new regulation has got it where a collection on your credit, on your medical collection, is not included in your score.
While we continue to be the laughingstock of the world with this shutdown, viewed by other governments, what do we do when the shutdown is over?
The first thing,
people go?
Well, you want to make your payments, of course. You want to at least start an emergency fund for the next time. The easiest way to do that is to have money come out of your paycheck, direct deposits, have a little bit, even if you start with $5, you've got to start somewhere.
It doesn't have to be a lot.
No. If it comes out of your paycheck every time you get paid and goes straight into your savings where you're not, tempted to spend it, over time you'll build an emergency fund and it'll help you the next time something like this happens.
Almost like a holiday savings account or something.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised
if
and when this happens again, how much really is in there.
Yes.
Ways to improve your credit score. If people are just stressing about this and they're like, oh my goodness, don't say any more. What can folks do?
Well, there's no really quick fix. Probably the quickest fix is to pay your credit card balances down, because your balance to credit limit is one of the biggest parts of your credit score, what makes it up. The other thing is just paying your bills on time. So, and that takes time, because if you pay late, it's going to take time. You have to just keep consistently paying your payments on time to bring your score back up.
But guess what? You have to start somewhere, right?
Yes, yes.
Cathy, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.